All right. Well, President Trump promising a revolution of common sense during his inaugural address yesterday. Watch.
A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world. And America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. My life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. Nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun.
Joining me now is Wall Street Journal Main Street columnist, Fox News contributor, and former chief speechwriter for President George W. Bush, Bill McGurn. Thank you, Bill, for being here. Your op-ed is brand new in the Wall Street Journal, and you write, his choice to dwell on a new golden age instead of American carnage is a sign of hope, and it is exactly what the 77.3 million who voted for him in November mean by Make America Great Again. You also address his tie choice yesterday. It was purple, and I'm so glad you spoke about that in your op-ed this morning.
Yeah, I think it was a gesture. You know, red is his trademark, occasionally blue, but purple comes out of nowhere. And I think it was an allusion to him, president of all people in America, not just red or blue. It was a very different Donald Trump this time being inaugurated and very hopeful. And you could see why people voted for him. You know, Make America Great as a logo has been sneered at so many times. And the people that wear it on their hats and T-shirts and stuff, they've been labeled as racist, fascist, white supremacists by the president included. And really, they just believe that they want America great again. They use the word without irony, and yesterday was their day as much as it was Trump's.
And you say that whatever the criticism that anyone may have of Donald Trump, condescending to the average American is not his habit. And that is we saw that when he went outside into the spillover room at the Capitol yesterday. You know, and former President Biden used his last hours in office to issue these preemptive pardons for retired General Mark Milley, Dr. Anthony Fauci, Congress members, staff of the House January 6th committee, and members of his own family. That sweeping pardon of the Bidens coming just 22 minutes before he left office. He says this: my family has been subjected to unrelenting attacks and threats motivated solely by a desire to hurt me, the worst kind of partisan politics. Unfortunately, I have no reason to believe these attacks will end. Bill, you also write in your op-ed, this time the grievances in the background weren't with Mr. Trump, but with the president he replaced, Joe Biden.
Yeah, I think what you just laid out, Cheryl, that's classic Biden. You know, he's proclaiming his virtue while he's doing something very, it's not dishonest, but very shady, pardoning his family, waiting to literally the last minutes of his administration to do it. Look, the sad fact is, even from today's perspective, you know, they say, you know, former president is yesterday's news. He literally and figuratively is. Trump has just overwhelmed him. And I think, you know, that's the story now. No one remembers him. Remember that 20 years from now, I think Trivial Pursuit will ask the trivia question, who is the old guy who was president between Trump's two terms? And most people won't know it. Just like most people, they know Grover Cleveland served 2 non-consecutive terms, but they don't know who he replaced.
And you talk about the bitterness behind the scenes that really has spilled out into these exit interviews from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and then Nancy Pelosi's daughter, who had a few interesting things to say about how everything went down in 2024. Caroline Downey's on set. She's got a question for you, Bill.
Well, you know, when these sweeping pardons came down yesterday for the Biden or Biden crime family, as many people on Twitter are saying, I think it struck many Americans as an admission of guilt, because when Hunter Biden was pardoned, which was in many view an egregious abuse of the very limited pardoning power, putting, you know, Biden's personal interests above that of the country, you know, that I think invited him to pardon the rest of his family, because it was going to provoke further investigation from Republicans and from Trump if he didn't. And I want to ask you, have you ever seen a more egregious abuse of the pardoning power? And what does this mean for the future?
No, I don't think I have, but I do think it's in character for Joe Biden. You know, he pardoned Hunter when he spent the summer saying he wouldn't, and we all know that was not true. We knew it when he said it at the time that he would pardon him if he had to. Look, in a perverse way, the pardons were very sleazy, but in a perverse way, I think it's a gift to Donald Trump. It means Republicans won't spend their wheels going after some of these people who may deserve it, may not. He's settling for political justice. They've been booted out of office and everything. So I think it saves Trump for wasting energy on past divisions. And it kind of takes the wind out of the sails of anyone that would criticize Trump for pardoning the J6 protesters. So in a perverse way, it's a gift.
Before you go, Bill, I don't have a lot of time, just like a minute left, but I do want to get your take on what we saw, because in the history of this country, we've never seen that many CEOs on one stage right behind a brand new president, Elon Musk and Tim Cook and Sundar Pichai, next to the former presidents and first ladies on the other side. What did you make of that vision that we had yesterday?
Well, it's part of Trump's uniqueness. He's comfortable with those people because they're his peers. They're very successful businessmen, and he's very comfortable in that crowd. And he likes having them around. And I'll say I think it's good to have a lot of business advisors, to hear from them, because the Democratic Party is becoming extremely estranged from the free market, from the private sector. And you see that in their policies. And I think this could be a help to Trump.
Bill McGurn, always great to speak with you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
All right, we'll speak with you soon.